should always dispose of rubbish properly and keep our surroundings clean. Trees give us fresh air and life. Let us plant more trees and protect nature for the future.
Thank God. If it wasn't for this tree, we would be under the sunshine, tired and hopeless.
Wait a minute. Wait for me over here. I think I have an idea. Let me water this tree since it is very important to the whole community.
Jovia, it is late. Let's go back home. We need to cook this food for our children before they return from school.
Okay, let's go quickly.
Did you learn how to do housework at such a young age?
My mother used to teach me how to dig when I was still young. My dear, let's go fetch water.
Tatanalu.
What's the problem?
I'm feeling much better now.
Oh, these trees have and medicinal as well.
Since I'm feeling much better, let us go home.
I'm feeling hot. Let's go under that freedom tree and sit.
Thank God.
Vian, I'm hungry. Let's go home. I'm hungry.
No, Camilla, let us eat some mangoes from this tree.
Yes, a round of applause for our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, to appreciate her. Thank you. You are welcome, our chief guest. We're excited to have you here today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, our chief guest is none other than the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, representing His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda. On this 3rd day of March 2026, when we commemorate the World Wildlife Day under the theme Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, Conserving Health, Heritage and Livelihoods.
My name is Dr. James Msinguzi, the Executive Director of Uganda Wildlife Authority. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the Uganda Wildlife Authority to welcome you, Right Honorable Prime Minister, and all of you dignitaries to this National Commemoration Day of the World Wildlife Day. You are most welcome. Your presence affirms that wildlife conservation remains a strategic national priority. Uganda's protected area network covers a considerable portion of our land surface, nearly 10%, and safeguards ecosystems that support tourism, regulate climate, protect water catchments, and sustain livelihoods. Wildlife conservation is therefore not peripheral, but rather it's a foundation to national stability and economic growth. Right Honorable Ministers, Prime Minister, over the past year, the Uganda Wildlife Authority has strengthened frontline protection through intelligence-led operations, enhanced ranger deployment, improved surveillance capacity, and closer collaboration with security agencies and the judiciary. Wildlife crime networks continue to be disrupted and enforcement outcomes have improved. We have continued to invest in ecosystem restoration, invasive species management, and scientific monitoring to ensure that conservation decisions are guided by evidence. Species recovery programs, including the reintroduction of the rhinos back to the wild, Right Honorable, has been done in Ajai Wildlife Reserve, and very soon we are taking back the rhino to Chidepo Valley National Park as a way of diversifying Uganda's tourism products and services and boost tourism as well as the economy. Great apes and large mammals remained central to our mandate. Right Honorable Prime Minister, all dignitaries, early this year, we fulfilled our pledge to the people of West Nile by taking the rhinos back to Ajai Wildlife Reserve, and tourism has started booming in that area. Equally important, community engagement has remained a priority. Revenue sharing projects, conflict mitigation interventions, and conservation education programs have strengthened the relationship between the protected areas, neighboring communities, and also electric fencing has supported our programs of human-wildlife conflict mitigation and management. Right Honorable Prime Minister, conservation has created value through education of the children of fallen rangers of the Uganda Life Authority, but also creating jobs around the protected areas. We are mindful that conservation landscape is evolving. Climate change, land use pressure, as well as population growth have demanded more innovation and partnerships. We are therefore aligning our operations to the national development frameworks to ensure that conservation contributes to employment, tourism growth, and local enterprises. In conclusion, I want to take this opportunity to recognize our conservation partners. Thank you for your support that you have given us over the years. The diplomatic community, civil society, the private sector, and above all, the government of Uganda. Let's clap for the partners, including the government, for the support. As we commemorate the Wildlife Day today, this is a moment to reaffirm collective responsibility. Conservation is not a task of one institution. It is for all of us. I therefore call upon all of us to join efforts to conserve the wildlife resources to help grow our economy. It is a national duty requiring coordinated effort across government, parliament, security agencies, development partners, communities, and the private sector. Right Honorable, we are also happy to report that the wildlife numbers are increasing, which is as a result of the concerted effort of the rangers and the entire team that is safeguarding the wildlife during our time as our main mandate. I'm glad to report, Right Honorable, that as we talk right now, we have increasing numbers of most mammals, which is good for our country because it is going to attract tourism. For example, between 2022 and 2025, large mammal populations show encouraging trends. The buffalo number, for example, have increased. The Uganda kob, the impala, and all the wildlife is increasing thanks to the efforts of the great work that is being done by the rangers, and this is going to support tourism growth in the country.
This theme speaks directly to the hearts of many of us, our people, our culture, and our intimate relationship with nature. I want to thank Entebbe Municipality, thank Wakiso District for hosting us for the 2026 World Wildlife Day. And you can see it rained, and those are blessings. Thank you, congratulations. Right Honorable, medicinal and aromatic plants are essential for both human health and well-being and ecological balance. These plants form the foundation of many traditional healthcare systems. They contribute to modern medicine and support diverse industries ranging from cosmetics and food to agriculture and luxury goods. For generations, humans have turned to nature for healing, nutrition, and livelihoods. Across the globe, approximately 50,000 to 70,000 medicinal and aromatic plant species are harvested for their healing properties, cultural significance, and economic value. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates of human population in developing countries rely on traditional medicine for primary health care. Even today, more than 2/3 of our population relies on traditional medicine as a primary or complementary source of health. From the villages of Karamoja to the islands of Lake Victoria, medicinal plants are part of daily life, family knowledge, community survival. Uganda ranks among the top most biodiversity-rich countries globally. Uganda is blessed with remarkable plant diversity. Species such as Prunus africana, used in the treatment of prostate conditions, Warburgia ugandensis, valued for respiratory and immune-related ailments, Mondia huitei, valued for respiratory and immune-related ailments, Mondia huitei, as I have said, known for its cultural and medicinal importance. Aloe vera, which you can find almost in every village, is widely used for skin and digestive health, and Artemisia annua, increasingly recognized for its medicinal value, are found in our forests, farmlands, protected areas. These plants represent far more than medicine. They represent heritage, passed from elders to youth, livelihoods for rural households, and growing opportunities for research, value addition, and wellness tourism. The rich plant and animal life endowment provides a solid base and competitive advantage over other countries to transform Uganda into a preferred eco-tourism destination in the region. The conservation of medicinal and aromatic plants directly supports Uganda's broader development goals. It strengthens primary health care, contributes to poverty eradication, supports climate resilience, and opens new opportunities in herbal products, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, and wellness tourism. Despite their importance, many medicinal and aromatic plant species face growing threats from habitat loss, overharvesting and unsustainable harvest, deforestation, habitat loss, climate change, and illegal trade. Scientific data on maps is often limited, and indigenous and local knowledge is underutilized in policy and conservation efforts. Furthermore, over 20% of medicinal and aromatic plant species used globally are considered threatened with extinction on the IUCN Red List, making their conservation a global priority. When a medicinal plant disappears, we do not only lose a species, we lose knowledge, income, and options for future generations. Raising awareness, strengthening regulations, and ensuring the sustainability of harvesting and trade are essential for these invaluable plant resources to survive in the wild. Cultivation of sustainable harvesting of medicinal and aromatic plants will secure these vital resources for many households worldwide, with 1 in 5 people relying on wild plants, algae, and fungi for medicine, food, and income. That is why the government of Uganda, that's why the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, in particular, places communities at the center of conservation. We are promoting community-based conservation, research, and sustainable use of natural resources. Programs such as revenue sharing from protected areas, resources access, collaborating management, and supporting livelihood enterprise development are ensuring that communities live near biodiversity-rich areas benefit directly from protecting nature.
As many of you may be aware, the world is currently facing an unprecedented challenge of climate change, biodiversity loss, deforestation, habitat loss, and pollution, among other threats. Climate change and the emerging impacts of global warming continue to disrupt weather patterns, causing extreme heat waves, floods, landslides, endangering ecosystems and species. It is estimated that extreme weather events cause over $155 billion in damages and economic losses annually. In Uganda, we observe some levels of environmental degradation driven by uncoordinated and unplanned developments, growing population growth, deforestation, agricultural expansion, and pollution. This has resulted in loss of forest cover from 24% in 1990 to about 13% in 2025. Similarly, wetland cover decreased from 15.5% in 1994 to 8.9% by the year 2020. We have also lost important rare and endemic plant and animal species. We must halt the observed degradation and potential depletion of our natural resources. I am glad the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities has organized this important event to raise awareness about the benefits that accrue from our abundant wildlife resources. It is also important to highlight the emerging threats and challenges and identify potential interventions. This event provides an opportunity to renew our commitment to sustaining the Earth's diverse wildlife population. This year's Wildlife Day theme is highly relevant and spot on. Medicinal, aromatic plants, conserving health, heritage, and livelihoods reminds us that wildlife conservation is not only about animals, but also about plants that sustain ecosystems, support health systems, preserve cultural traditions, and support livelihoods of many Ugandans. The theme challenges all of us to work together to embrace conservation and protection of medicinal and aromatic plants for our own survival as human beings. The NRM government has been at the forefront of protecting the environment and eliminating human-induced threats to wildlife like poaching, illegal wildlife trade, encroachment, deforestation, habitat loss, etc. In the early 90s, government of Uganda conducted an assessment of important conservation sites and consequently created 6 national parks of Mugahinga, Bwindi, Chibale, Semuliki, Rwenzori, and Mount Elgon. The aim was to enhance protection but also harness the immense social, economic, cultural, and environmental benefits. In a bid to strengthen protection of conservation areas, Cabinet recently approved the upgraded selected wildlife reserves and central forest reserves to national parks. The government will continue to identify and upgrade wildlife conservation areas in fulfillment of the constitutional obligation envisaged under Article 2373 2B, which compels the government to hold in trust for the people of Uganda and protect natural lakes, rivers, wetlands, forests, game reserves, and national parks, as well as any land to be reserved for ecological and touristic purposes for the common good of all Ugandans. Therefore, as a result of the government's conservation efforts, Uganda remains one of the top biodiverse regions in the world with exceptional wildlife diversity. We are home to more than 50% of the world's remaining population of mountain gorillas, several other mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and butterflies, in addition to fish. Government targets to grow the economy from the current 50% GDP of US dollars to 500 billion by the year 2040. And during this period, the Tourism Development Program has been tasked to grow tourism forest exchange earnings to US dollars 50 billion. Achieving the US dollars 50 billion target will require concerted efforts to protect our natural resources, diversify tourism products, attract more tourists, and generate the much needed revenue for the country. Ladies and gentlemen, currently, the government's focus remains on full modernization of the economy through agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral-based industrial development, and science, technology, and innovation, including ICT, as drivers of higher economic growth. In order to realize the envisaged contribution of tourism to the national economy, we need to increase international tourist arrivals, increase the length of stay and average tourist expenditure, and promote domestic tourism. Government will continue to strategically invest in the tourism sector to boost the sector in order to benefit from the high rates of return associated with the tourism industry.